What's going on, apes, the ape army? We have a very important AMC update video to get into. The gamma squeeze is actually getting stronger every single day, and we see a lot of these out the money contracts and in the money contracts are going up exponentially in open interest. And the thing that I'm really keeping an eye on is out the money contracts to see how much money is flowing to these out the money contracts and what strike they are going to, because that is critically important here when you want to see this follow through gamma squeeze. It's not all too important the contracts that are in the money. It is and it isn't. You want to see that follow through from out the money contracts going in the money, so hedge funds and institutions, whoever is selling these contracts short, the market makers, essentially all three of these entities, they will have to start hedging and covering for these options that they sold you guys. So we have a massive update to get into. We're going to get into the Ortex data as well as the technicals, the option chain, and the stock tracker data. So I do highly recommend you guys stay through this video. We're also going to be calling out some fraud that I do see happening with AMC stock. So we have an overall update. I think you guys are going to get a lot out of this video. If you do, make sure to tap, tickle, touch, or smash the like button, as well as comment down below and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to get up to $70 in free stock of your choice, I've been getting Beyond Meat and Tesla. I actually just got $30 in Beyond Meat. Go ahead and check that out. Link down below in the description. No need to even link a bank account or deposit any kind of money. It is literally free money by the definition. As well as if you want to stay up to date with the moves that we are making, check out the link down below for the buy and sell alerts. It literally pays for itself. Now, getting right into the information for today that was provided to us by Ortex. It says, and keep in mind, this is the T+2 settlement time, so we just had trading Tuesday, so a lot of this data is coming from Friday. Not all of it, but a lot of it is coming from Friday. Estimated short interest change, so shorts are still shorting AMC stock, and the short interest is going up. It is literally going up 1.64%. That was most of this, like I said, on Friday. Return shares of 3.66 million, borrowed shares of 5.1 million, borrowed change or a net gain to the short interest of 1.44 million shares. That brings our current estimated short interest percentage of free float at 13.39%. Estimated shares that are currently sold short of 68.45 million. So we have went up about 1.64 percentage points from yesterday, from the data that we got yesterday, going from about 12% short interest now to 13.3% short interest. This is a great sign for the overall cause. Shares on loan, 87.50 million. Absolutely incredible numbers we're seeing here. The fact that they're still doubling down on their short positions is out of my mind. I can't comprehend that, to be quite honest. But getting into the stock tracker, guys, take a look at this. In the money contracts, 484,497 contracts, and out the money, this is really what I want to pay attention to, is 326,000 contracts. Both of these numbers have increased today, and I'm just gonna take it back to the video of yesterday when we were looking at the stock tracker data, and out the money contracts was at 262,000. Now we are almost 70,000 more out the money contracts than we were even yesterday. So the gamma squeeze is getting much stronger here. If we can see that momentum and really get over that $60 level and break that with some good volatility and momentum, I mean volatility to the upside, right? Price action, it's steadily increasing, and you'll start to see that gamma squeeze and a lot of shorts that are actually being forced, recalled by a lot of these other banks, and we just made a video about that, so I recommend you guys check that out for more information on that. And by definition, the gamma squeeze is getting stronger here, guys. Like I pointed out in previous videos, I think Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are going to be the most crucial days for this gamma squeeze, since we are really getting closer to this expiration date. But I do want to reiterate yet again, in the money contracts, a lot of these, especially deep in the money contracts, have already been fully hedged for AMC. So you want to see these out the money contracts start to pick up in open interest, more contracts being held in people's accounts, and once these start to go in the money, that's where you're going to see a lot of fresh hedging going on by the market makers or whoever sold these contracts short to ensure that they can fulfill their obligation and return the shares that they do need to without taking a massive loss. So I do think this will be a rapid event once it does start, just considering how many out the money contracts we do have for this Friday. But even every other expiration date, right? June 25th is a huge expiration date as well. It is going up a lot in out the money contracts and in the money contracts, but especially out the money contracts. Like we pointed out, we had 55,000 yesterday. Now we have 78,000. That is a huge increase, guys. And I really want you guys to know out the money and in the money contracts, because you got to watch the out the money contracts when it does come to the follow through gamma squeeze. Now, getting into the actual option chain, guys, let's take a look at this. Obviously, we're on the June 18th, and for the 59, we're actually in the money by 4 pennies currently right now. Open interest of 22,000. This $60 mark is critical here. We have to break this 60 and get some momentum to the upside. If we can break 60 and go to 62, 63, then we're going to about 65, and then we'll get another big gamma squeeze effect at that $65 price point. We have 10,000 options at the 65, and then once you get to 70 and really to 75, that's where you will see this exponentially increase. At the $70 strike, we have 21,548 options that are on the 70 for this Friday, 73 at 30,000, 75 at 6,500, and then after that, once you get to 80, you see 15,000, and then so on and so forth. Once you get to about 100, you would see an exponential gamma squeeze, because there's a lot of contracts in between 100 and 145. But the first level we have to watch for is this $60 mark, and for some reason, guys, for some reason, they don't want AMC getting over $60 by the end of the week. That is why it is very important everybody hold on to their shares. This is not the time to sell out. This is not the end here, but if everybody does sell out, it will be the end here. And I will reiterate, my price target is $100 just by the activity on the Stonko tracker, in the money contracts, and the increase in out the money contracts, and the option chain that does suggest about every $5 we have a massive increase in open interest, especially over the $60 price point. But like I was saying, for some reason, people don't want this to get over $60. And I say people, it is market makers, hedge funds, and institutions, because they're going to have to hedge for all of these contracts. And really, when it comes down to it, the bids and asks, they have a lot of control on what is actually going on here. It doesn't have to be a 1-to-1 ratio to keep a flat still, right? If you have one buyer, one seller, it's not necessarily going to make the stock go up or down. Or not keep it from going up or down, right? Hopefully that makes some kind of sense to you. If you have a 3-to-1 ratio, though, that might influence the stock price, but they can do a lot of stuff to artificially increase or raise the buying power or selling power, for that matter. So I do think overall they don't want us to break past this $60 level. I do think we are just in a very bullish uptrend. Take a look at this uptrend, and you can really see this on the trend line. It has not changed, and I do expect to open over $60 tomorrow. But keep in mind, we have Jerome Powell with the Federal Reserve. He is coming out at about 2:30 tomorrow, and he could make or break the momentum stock movement. If he comes out and says a lot of negative things about momentum stocks, or that he sees a problem in the equity markets, and keep in mind, I'm not trying to spread FUD here, fear, none of that. But if he says something like that, I don't think he would, because he has commented on it and says that he's not worried about asset prices, which is stocks and basically anything that is an investment, right? He said he's not worried about it in the past, so I don't expect that to happen. But if we do see signs of a bearish sentiment towards a lot of these stocks, we could see the market makers do their fraudulent shit and start bidding down AMC and a lot of these other stocks. So that is something to keep in mind. I don't think that's going to be a lasting effect, though. I think the market may have a taper tantrum. that's a little joke, because Jerome's trying to, or thinking about tapering bond purchases. He might talk about that, but I don't think it'll be a long-term effect. I think it could probably play out for Wednesday, but Thursday and Friday are going to be the main days for the AMC event, and that is when I do think we will hit $100 by Friday. So before we wrap up the video, guys, I just want to leave you guys with a quick word. We have been doing this for so long now, months. We've been holding our position, keep buying over and over and over again, probably every single paycheck for a lot of you guys. Right now is not the time to give up. We have this perfect setup. We have a potential massive gamma squeeze if we can break over the $60 price point with some good momentum. We did today, but I think a lot of market makers are doing a lot of fraudulent shit, like I've already said. But if we do break past this Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we'll see a lot of delta hedging going on and a lot of options being hedged for, and we will see that price increase to $70. Once we get over 70, we have won, guys. We are going to exponentially boost over that due to delta delta hedging and all the options and the forced recalls, I do think is coming for a lot of short sellers in AMC stock. So I'm not selling my shares. I don't have any need to sell my shares unless we go up to a crazy amount of money. I'm talking multiple $1,000s. You know, then it's obviously probably a smart idea to sell some of your shares if we do go that high. But don't just listen to anybody's price target. If they do give you a price target like I have in these videos, $100 by the end of the week is my price target. So if you don't agree with that, great. I don't want you to agree with that or just blindly think that's the case. Come to your own assumptions after you hear all the data, and everybody's situation is going to be a little bit different. So if you are risking something you cannot afford, then handle that risk for your own situation, right? You have to protect your family and your own financial situation. With that being said, I will see you guys later. Make sure to check out the links down below for the buy and sell alerts, as well as get free stock with Public, literally free stock. No need to link a bank account or deposit any money, as well as deposit $100 with Webull and get up to $2,300 in free stock for a limited amount of time. With that being said, I'll see you guys later. Take care.